A major concern for international students might be, is this degree going to be worth it abroad? Especially for things maybe like design and architecture, which are maybe a little bit less popular. But is it going to be worth the money? Am I going to get a job? So, Sameedha, please tell us, what was your decision like to want to go abroad for these subjects?
Hey Rob, I think one of my major driving factors to pursue a degree in urban design abroad was how cross-cultural how interdisciplinary the field was. I was researching the same fields in India, and while the course structure was very good, I realized that it was very focused on what the master's field was, as opposed to the same degree being offered in American colleges, where it borrowed from a lot of different fields, and it sort of there were these interrelations between a lot of different fields, and it sort of opened up a lot of horizons for me, even as a professional after the degree. So I think that was the major reason for choosing to do a master's in the US.
And friends, we're going to do a lot more sharing about these degrees, how they work in America, courses, job opportunities, and if they're actually worth studying in America. So stay tuned to find out. Hey friends, welcome to Chine Coaching. I'm Rob, and at Chine Coaching, we're all about helping you thrive and succeed in your cross-cultural journey. I worked in India for 8 years, and I've been lucky to travel all over the world. And I know that studying abroad is very difficult. It's not easy, especially choosing that right degree. We have an amazing guest with us to share about her experience on why and what with her study abroad journey. So, Sameedha, welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, Rob. Thank you so much for having me on Chai and Coaching. So, I am Sameedha. I'm an architect and an urban designer. I did my BArch, which is my Bachelor's in Architecture from India, in 2018. After working in India for a year, I came to the US to Carnegie Mellon University to pursue a master's in urban design. And I've been working in an American architectural firm since then.
Yeah, I was so excited when you reached out talking about your journey, wanting to share, and I'm so excited to share this with our community. So, we're going to do a kind of a deep dive. You know, your background is urban design, architecture. Um, Excited to learn about that. But America's expensive. So, let's talk scholarships. What are scholarship opportunities that students can find with these degree paths?
So, almost all of the design colleges offer a base scholarship, which is really good because design degrees can get expensive. So, when you're applying to any college, it's very likely that they're going to give you an acceptance with a base scholarship. But the silver lining is that you can always negotiate the scholarship based on your work experience. So the way it
Hmm.
translates to is the more number of years you've worked for, the higher bargaining power you have. So getting some experience before coming to your master's degree definitely helps a lot.
That's cool to hear that you said that you can kind of leverage your work experience to kind of maybe opt in for more scholarship opportunities or funding, which is really cool. And then also, it seems like there can be opportunities once they come to America based on GPA, involvement in certain activities, certain on campus jobs. There's even more scholarships to get after you arrive, correct?
Like, yeah, you can get on campus jobs for sure, and they would help offset your living expenses. But the scholarship amount is pre-decided. It's not something that would like increase. For example, if I score a really good GPA in my first year, I'm not going to get a better scholarship in my second year because the scholarship for both years, is already pre-decided before you come to the college. But yes, the scholarship you get for your second year, you need to achieve a minimum GPA in order to still avail it.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for clarifying that. Um, Yeah, what was your decision process like for choosing the right courses, and what tips would you give to students when they have to kind of pick their course curriculum when they get started?
Yes, choosing your master's course can be very tricky, and it can also be very stressful because after completing your bachelor's of architecture, you have a host of possibilities in front of you. You could do a master's in architecture if you're really into it, in urban design, in conservation architecture, in parametric design, sustainable design, project management. There's like a lot to choose from. So, which is where it would really help if you have some work experience, because that helps you identify what field you are really passionate about and what is something you'd like to continue doing. And then you can choose a master's course accordingly. For example, if you do happen to choose an MArch, which is a Master's of Architecture or Master of Urban Design degree, then you can still be employed and still design something. You'd be involved in designing structures. As opposed to if you do a master's in, say, construction management, then you're not going to be involved in design at all. You're going to be involved in the implementation and the project management part of any design, which is why it's important to know what you like, talk to people, and then choose your master's specialty accordingly.
I like it. Yeah, doing that research, especially talking to current students and alumni, uh, getting the right kind of order and path, especially seeing which ones are going to interest you and help you get towards the kind of jobs. I always like to suggest don't choose courses because it's an easy professor and easy grade, but choose the courses that are going to challenge you, really help you learn, and be most practical for getting that job that you want here in America.
It has to align with your professional goals. Otherwise, why do it?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, cool. Well, I know that you've got experience both in India and in America with studies and work with architecture and urban design. So, kind of break down what are the biggest differences between India and US with these industries?
So, in terms of education, like I mentioned before, I would say that the cross disciplinary collaboration was a very big difference. Well, I can say that maybe bachelor's is kind of in a silo. So, maybe that was one reason I felt that. But the master's course that I took was really, I could like interact with people from so many different fields, and that really helped me with my master's course. And when it comes to work, I would say there are a lot of different types of design opportunities over here. So, for example, I am currently an aviation designer, and which means that I get to design airports, I get to design hangars, I get to be involved in transportation planning, which is something that I had never experienced in India. So I would say that there's just a host of opportunities over here.
That's awesome. Very encouraging to hear.
Did you know that getting admitted into a top university isn't the only hard thing about going abroad? There's so much more that you have to do. Figuring out tuition loans, housing, forex, and more is going to stress you out. But what if everything that you needed to do was just in one place? Cheers to a new online resource dashboard powered by 4Anatomates, which has everything you need to do to easily study abroad. Try the loan widget, which is like a magic wand letting you compare loan offers from over 15 banks in real time, saving you precious time and effort. With just a few clicks, you can see interest rates, loan terms, and other important details right on your screen, and even send your application from within the platform. The best part is that it only takes 2 minutes for the loan widget to determine if your loan application would be approved or not from fantastic banks like Prodigy, HDFC Credila, Axis, ICICI, and many more. Save more time by utilizing other services like student housing, forex transfer, bank accounts, SIM cards, credit cards, travel and health insurance, plus more. Check out the links above and in the video description to apply and get help today. I hope you can take advantage of this all-in-one study abroad resource platform to make your journey even more successful.
Along with opportunities in this industry, what maybe challenges can people expect to face coming to study and work in America, and especially in a different culture here in the US with architecture?
I think the biggest challenge architects from India face in the USA is that the Indian architectural license, which the COA gives after the Bachelor's of Architecture course, is not accepted in the US, which means if you want to practice as an architect, then you're going to have to get your American license. So you need to put in the work hours, you need to go through 6 very extensive exams to get your American license. That is the biggest challenge, I feel. However, having said that, it doesn't mean that you cannot practice or be employed without a license. Of course, you can practice in the capacity of an architectural designer, but not an architect. However, in my opinion, it definitely helps to get your licensure done because it gives you an edge at work, and it is a competitive license. So people do value you more and you also get paid more. So it works.
So the license doesn't transfer from India to America. Is there any overlap, or are you basically starting from scratch to try to get that license in America?
I mean, the skills do transfer, yes, but I would say that otherwise the journey would start from scratch because you're going to have to study the material again and give the exams.
Okay, so that kind of study and exam part definitely kind of is a start over for will be for some people. Good to hear. Good to know. Have those healthy expectations. So, friends, if you're learning a lot like me, hit that like button to say thanks and cheers to Sameedha for sharing her journey. We've got a couple more great things to share, especially about jobs coming up. But also, our chai question for our audience is: what colleges are you considering abroad? Sameedha, she went to CMU, Carnegie Mellon University, great university when it comes to tech and STEM and engineering and these architecture kind of degrees. So yeah, let us know what colleges, what universities you're considering, where you're applying to. We'd love to hear that in the comments. So Sameedha, our friends, obviously they want a degree to get a job. The economy has been a little tough in America lately, but what's kind of the job search process, career tips, and even kind of industry opportunities right now looking like in America?
I think in terms of job prospects, they're really looking up, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic. The construction industry has been on the rise, and hence we have been employing people from all sectors related to construction, which is why architects do have very strong job prospects currently. And in terms of the job search process, I would really, really encourage any incoming students to collaborate with professors while you're still in the university, because usually professors in design schools also have their own practices, so that can help you get an internship, which is very important when you're looking for a full-time job, because in many cases the internship also transfers into a full-time job. Even if it doesn't, it looks great on your resume. And architecture is not something which will essentially for sure give you like an on-campus placement job through a career fair. It might not work out that way. Usually you end up applying to firms on your own. So it really helps to network. So I would say start that right through the first year of college. Talk to professors, talk to your seniors, talk to people who you work on different projects with, because that's going to go a long way. And even as a professional, I would really encourage joining different organizations like the AIA, the AICP, USGBC, NOMA, all of them, because all of these are great platforms to meet more people and network and sort of be in touch with what the industry is going through right now.
Fantastic. Yeah, those are some great tips, great insights. And so I think that kind of brings us to our big question. Are architecture and design degrees worth it in America? Sameedha, what's your response to that?
My answer to that, Rob, is a big yes. Yes, architecture and design degrees in the USA are definitely worth it because there are so many new opportunities over here. And I would really encourage any prospective students to explore colleges that you like, talk to people, and definitely go for it.
Yeah, seems like great scope, great opportunity, hard work that pays off. And so Sameedha and many others, you can learn from their stories. And yeah, if this is an interest of yours, go for it. Seems like there's some good things happening here in America for that. Another exciting thing is Sameedha and I are going to be making a separate video talking about her H-1B journey and the challenges and difficulties of the H-1B lottery, what to do if your H-1B doesn't get picked up, how to stay in America, and a special visa which has helped her to stay in America that is not H-1B. So you want to check that out. We'll have the link for that as well. Sameedha, thank you so much for sharing kind of your journey as a student. I know this is going to help a lot of other students.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Just a friendly reminder to check out our Study Abroad dashboard with dozens of resources to make your journey even smoother. Get your tuition loan secured, Housing booked, bank account open, and much more accomplished today. Click the link in the video description to save time and money right now.
My friends, be sure to come with us online, like on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, for more tips and resources. LinkedIn is great for networking, especially in the job search. Also, we have a great e-newsletter we send out each week with more resources and opportunities. Thanks so much for being part of this community and tuning in, and we'll see everyone next time. Cheers.